Hi friends. I know you can't see me. You're looking at a homemade balance scale that actually this activity is part of your math plans for this week. Sit down so you can see me. Oops. This is part of your math plans for this week, so this is totally optional. You don't have to do this. But I do not have my balance scale at home like I would have if we were at school together, and this week you guys are learning how to measure weight. And compare weights and tell what's heavier and what's lighter. So I wanted to hop on and just do a little weight lesson with you, measuring weight together. But I didn't have my balance scale. So I followed the directions that are at the end of your math pack, your math lesson for this week that you're working on now. And this is what you come up with. So all you need is a hanger and some yarn, and I used paper bowls, but you could use like empty little applesauce cups or even like yogurt cups if they had like fruit in them. You could use solo cups or plastic cups, paper cups, really anything that you are able to punch holes through and that will hold something. It doesn't even have to hold a lot, just something. So I punched 3 holes in each bowl and tied some yarn and just kind of made sure they were close to even. And then I tied it onto a hanger, and this is what you get. They're a little bit twisted and they're not perfectly even, but it's going to serve the purpose that we need to tell what's heavier and what's lighter. So it works, and I'm kind of pleased with it, and I hopefully you guys, if you have time or you have the supplies this week, are able to do that. It was super simple. It didn't take a lot of time. Graham's excited that I told him once I'm done with this, he can play with it. And so he's excited for that. So, if you guys want to make this and play with it at home, the directions, like I said, they're in your math packet. You do not have to. It was just an optional thing that we found that we thought, oh, that would be cool if they could make this with us. But today, guys, I have a bunch of items, a few things, and we're going to put them in each side of our balance scale. And we're going to say and to look at and decide which item is heavier or weighs more, and which item is lighter and weighs less. So weight is how much something weighs. If you step on a scale at the doctor's office, they tell you how much you weigh, how many pounds normally. So that is your weight. That's how big you are, how much you weigh. So when we weigh an object, we're doing just like you do at the doctor's office. We're seeing how much it weighs. In first grade, we're going to look at 2 different objects on a scale. This is a balance scale. And decide which object weighs more or is heavier and which object weighs less and is lighter. Okay? In your math packet this week, you have pictures of real balance scales. This is not obviously what a balance scale normally looks like, but look at those 2 to see what a balance scale looks like. You have anchor charts and a couple activities to do. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You might see me come in and out, but I want you to be mostly looking at the scale, okay? So we're going to start with, I have glue, a bottle of glue, but it's almost empty. So a bottle of glue and some tape. So I'm going to put the bottle of glue in one side. And there we go. So see how the scale went down, because right now this side is the heaviest because there's nothing in this bowl. But I'm going to put the tape over here and let's see what happens. It went down a little bit, but if we look, the heavier side, since it weighs more, the heavier side is the side that goes down. Think about a seesaw. If you're on a seesaw with somebody who's much bigger than you, they're going to go down and you're going to go up because you are lighter. You weigh less. You're smaller. Okay? So, the glue is here and the tape is here. So, the glue went down. So, we would say that the glue is heavier than the tape and the tape is higher. So, we would say the tape is lighter than the glue. Okay? All right, let me take these out and let's see how it's a little wonky, but they're mostly even. So right now, since both bowls are empty, they weigh the same. These weights are equal because they're even with each other. One's not higher, one's not lower. They're just about equal. All right, so next I've got some sunglasses, and I've got a book, or Junie B book. Okay, so let's make a prediction. Which one do you think is going to weigh more, the sunglasses or the book? Okay, I think, and I'm holding them, so that's a little bit cheating, but I think the book is bigger, so I would guess that the book is probably heavier since it's bigger. All right, so I'm going to put sunglasses in there, and my book in here. Oh, they are almost even, aren't they? It's not as big of a difference as we saw with the glue and the tape. But if we look, there is one side that goes down. So the book is heavier than the sunglasses because the book is lower. It fell down more. And the sunglasses, since they're higher, the sunglasses are lighter than the book. Okay, so the book is heavier than the sunglasses. It weighs more than the sunglasses, and the sunglasses weigh less than the book. They are lighter. Good. All right, so I'm going to take those off carefully. Let's look at... All right, next I've got 3 popsicle sticks, and I've got a clip. So let's make a prediction. Which one is going to weigh more? Our popsicle sticks? 3, there's 3 of them. Or the clip, excuse me. What do you think? I think, well, these are bigger. So maybe these weigh more than this clip. Let's find out. All right, so I'm going to put the clip in one side, the popsicle sticks on the other side. Guys, I don't know. I'll put this in the middle, see if that makes a difference. It's kind of flopping to one side. Oh well. I don't know, that's tough. What do you think? I think since we don't have to be exact, I would say that they're about the same, that their weights are just about equal because they both went down, but they seem to be almost the same. If I had to say that one was heavier, well, now I'm looking at it and I don't know. I think they're about the same. I'm not even going to say. I think that these weights are just about equal. So they're about the same. We don't know for sure because we're not measuring with a number. But when we look at our balance scale, the scale seems to be pretty even. So these are about the same. So that was interesting. And I want to point out something because I've said this twice now. Just because something is bigger does not mean it's going to weigh more. And I wish I had a beach ball because a beach ball is a really good example, or even like a balloon. A beach ball is a big ball, right? But it's filled with air. So it doesn't weigh very much at all. And compared to like a baseball is smaller than a beach ball, but it's not filled with air. It is hard and it's filled with different materials. So a baseball is going to weigh more than a beach ball, even though a beach ball is bigger. So sometimes how big something is can be a clue of if it weighs more or less. But you also have to remember things and you have to kind of think about it. Hang on, I know that that's filled with air. Okay, even think about like a balloon and a coffee mug. A coffee mug is going to weigh what? It's going to weigh more because it's made of stone and hard material. But a balloon is it's very, very light. So even though a balloon is bigger than a coffee mug still weighs more. Okay, so look at size because that can help, but also you have to think about the object itself. Ooh, is that something that's hard? What is that made of? Is that filled with air? Is it empty inside? Those kinds of things, okay? All right, so we have a baseball and we have a marker. So I bet you know. Which one is going to be heavier? Okay, I think the baseball is going to be heavier than the marker, but let's check. You never know. So we'll put our marker. Oopsie. Sorry, guys. Put our marker. Maybe we're not going to put our marker in there. There we go. We'll put our baseball on this side. Oh boy. Yeah, look at that. So our baseball is much heavier than our marker. We know that because the baseball went down and the marker went up. Okay? All right. I'm trying to look if I see anything else I could grab. I think that was good enough. All right, guys. So today we talked about heavier and lighter. We talked about weight and using a balance scale to measure weight and to compare weight and to tell when an object is heavier or lighter than another object. So if you want to make this at home, like I said, the directions are in your math pack. This is a really fun activity. If you have siblings, they would probably love this. And a good challenge even is, okay, I've got a marker. Go find something heavier than a marker. Or with your sibling or your parents, they could challenge you of, okay, I've got a baseball. Can you go find something that's lighter than a baseball? And then test it out on your scale, okay? So, but remember, when we're looking at a scale, something that's heavier is going to push down, and something that's lighter will be up in the air. And a good reminder of that is a seesaw, okay? All right, guys, I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're having a great day. If you have any questions about weight or measurement, I'm here. Please, please, please let me know. And I'll see you in a couple days because the next thing we're going to measure is capacity or how much something holds. Okay? All right, miss you guys. Have a great day.